Welcome to another edition of Congested Circle's Interview Central, hosted by Marshall Gabell, the founder of Congested Circle. Head over to theracingfans.wordpress.com for all your racing news from the local short tracks up to NASCAR's top series. Today, we sit down with NASCAR Southern Modified Tour driver Spencer Davis, and we discuss his season to date along with some fun questions. The 15-year-old is worth the listen, so let's throw it over there. Marshall Gabell with Congested Circle sitting down for an exclusive interview with NASCAR WHELEN Southern Modified Tour driver Spencer Davis. Spencer, first off, thank you for taking some time to talk with us between your racing obligations and sometimes your personal life. Now, how are you doing this afternoon?
Good, man. What about you?
I'm doing just fine, ready to get started here. So, now, let's talk a little bit about the beginning of the 2014 season for you. What's your morale like after a few races?
It's definitely high considering all the good runs we've had. We just had some bad luck as far as, just messed up stuff in scoring or, this weekend we had a transmission go bad at Bowman Gray, and we also had a rear-end fending brake at the Ace race for the Coma race. And, so far it's real high.
Now, you're 11th in the point standings in the NASCAR WHELEN Southern Modified Tour. Discuss what your expectations are from a point standpoint.
It started off a little bit rough, for me trying to learn how to drive a modified, but we're getting better. And, this year we try to plan on getting into the top 5 and getting that Rookie of the Year for the Wheeling Tour. And, whatever's better than that, is always a positive. But, we're shooting for a top 5 for sure in the points and the Rookie of the Year.
Now, like you just alluded to about the Rookie of the Year, you're battling it out with Joe Ryan Osborne for that honor, the Rookie of the Year award in the Southern Modified Tour. Do you think you'll be able to earn those honors come the conclusion of the season, and what's it been like racing around Joe?
I definitely think we can get it, especially how much we've been racing, how much I've learned these past few months before, this upcoming next Wheeling race, and, especially season. And, it's been fun. I've raced around them in supers, and it seems like we've always been right there together, right there close together in position.
Your next event is this weekend at Waterford Speedway, your debut in the NASCAR WHELEN Northern Modified Tour. What's your expectations heading to a track you've had limited experience at?
It's definitely going to be a learning experience like it was at Lee, but, I know Mr. David and them have been there before with the racing team, and they've always finished good. So, that definitely helps out a lot, knowing that, that they've been there before, but I'm going to do my part. I've been trying to study, videos of the racetrack, and also, been trying to get some tips from other drivers. Hopefully, it'll go good. This will be our last chance to try to get that first win before the New Hampshire race. So, we're going to go there, really hoping to get that W.
How difficult is it to cope with the distance between races in the Southern Tour? I know you pass your time by running in other modified divisions, but it just seems antagonizing. Do you wish the officials would minimize that time in between races?
It's definitely been rough. It wouldn't have been that bad, but we've had a couple of rain-out dates already. And, it's been a little difficult, but, like you said, we've been running, either Bowman Gray or the Tacoma Series, which, has kept me in the seat, or, different stand-out events for modifieds. But, it's a little bit rough not knowing that, you're going to be on a different tire when you come back. And, you don't race those tracks that the NASCAR series goes to. But, I got full confidence in the team when we go back. We'll always be on our A game.
Now, going back in time, is there a certain reason to why you chose modifieds over full-body stock cars, or was it just what you had desired?
After Speed Week, running the modified, I got the bug real bad, and, we talked to David and got the deal together to run the whole season. And, but we're going to run the full-body cars later in the year at the bigger races, as along with the, with the WHELEN modified. But, our main focus this year is the modified.
So should we expect to see you in the K&N series possibly next year or later this season, or are you talking more towards late models?
More towards late models.
Right, so then you mentioned some of the bigger races. Do you have any of them that are scheduled at this juncture?
As of right now, we're going to run the World Crown 300 down there at Gresham Motorsports Park, along with the All-American 400 at Nashville and the Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway are the definite dates.
Right, so the Snowball Derby and some of those really big races down there in the down south, do you think that any of those possibly, if you could pop up with the top 5 or something, could lead into an opportunity in a K&N East car?
It'd be nice to. We had a good run going last year at Nashville for the 400, which helped out a lot. As far as getting opportunities to do stuff. And, it'd be nice to get a top 5 or even a win in those events because how prestigious they are. But that'd be cool for it to open up that opportunity.
Final formal question. You're pretty young, only 15 years old. Do you feel you receive respect from your other competitors despite your age?
You definitely have to earn it because, they're going to try to push you around and, try to sit their way real quick. But if you show them, you're not really going to take, getting pushed around or chopped off coming into the corner. I believe that you have to gain that respect. And you also, let's not go blatantly wrecking people. So, it feels like I'm getting it earned, more or less, is getting the respect gave. And, but, so far it's been, I've had respect when I get to race up front with all those other drivers.
Okay, and now time for the rapid fire session. I say 2 things and you choose the one you prefer. Sound good?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, here we go. So, water or soda?
Water.
Llamas or giraffes?
Giraffe.
Fried eggs or scrambled eggs?
Scrambled.
Surfing or skiing?
Skiing.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Spring or fall?
What was that?
Spring or fall?
What was that again?
Spring or fall?
Oh, fall.
Danica Patrick or Ricky Stenhouse Jr.?
Danica Patrick.
So that would make it 4 for 2 between you modified drivers. You, Justin Bonsignor, Woody Pitcat, and Andy Seiss said Danica, while David Calabrese and Jimmy Zacharias said Ricky. So so I guess I might as well ask you, why did you pick Danica over Ricky? Any certain preference, or just because she's, the female?
She's definitely the better of the two, Seems so far she's been the one running up front while, Ricky's been in the back struggling.
Right. So here's some more fun questions. In 2043, you'll be able to run for president. If you put your name on the ballot and were elected, what would be one thing that you would change?
Not real sure on that one. I guess it'd have to be, just the prices of gas, because, that's of any racer, that's one major factor in everything, is getting there. So the gas prices and stuff, I try to lower them.
Imagine you're stranded on an island. What would you do? Swim away from the island, stay put, or search around the island?
Search around the island.
Another imagination. So you just won the lottery, even though right now you're not old enough to play the lottery. But what would you purchase, and it can't go towards your racing career?
I guess I just purchased a bunch of old cars. That's what I'm real into. So that'd be a good hobby to start.
Final question. Who would you compare your attitude and driving style to? It can be a former or current racing superstar.
I guess it definitely has to be, Kevin Harvick. Just the aggressive attitude, always up on the wheel. And, being able to, at the end of the race, to maybe pull that opportunity if you're fifth or sixth, grab that win.
All right. Thanks for taking some time today. Who makes racing happen for you?
I definitely had to thank, first of all, my dad, and then, Mr. David Hill, and, all the Hills that help us race in the racing stuff, and Coors Light, Dave's Culture Equipment, Core Race Products, Blue Water, Driven Steering Wheels, and Since the Racewear.
All right, thanks for taking some time today. Yeah, I already said that. I just repeated myself. Thanks again for joining us today, Spencer. Good luck in the rest of the season. So that was Spencer Davis, NASCAR Whelen Southern Modified Tour driver, live here on Interview Central, powered by Congested Circle. Spencer Davis will be in action at the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour's Mr. Rooter 161 at Waterford Speedway Saturday, June 21st. We'll have a full recap of that race up on theracingfans.wordpress.com. Congested Circle. Make sure to follow Spencer. You can check him out on his Facebook page and also on Twitter. Thanks again for listening.